Rejestrując się w platformie gamerhash.com, twój komputer będzie dla ciebie zarabiał. Zarobione środki wymienisz w sklepie internetowym. Zacznij już dziś zarabiać na mocy obliczeniowej swojego komputera.
Siemaneczko, z tej strony Mitroks, proszę was serdecznie na kolejny odcinek na moim kanale. W dzisiejszym odcinku widzicie po raz kolejny falany wake. W poprzednim odcinku dało nam się ukończyć odcinek numer 1, oczywiście falanie wake'u, który jest takim jakby rozdziałem. Aktualnie zaczęliśmy rozdział drugi, albo odcinek drugi, opętany. Aktualnie znajdujemy się 3 lata wcześniej, pomiędzy tymi wydarzeniami, które były poprzednio, w naszym najprawdopodobniej domu bądź mieszkaniu, gdy wróciliśmy po, nie wiem, dniu pracy, na to wychodzi.
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Ja jestem naprawdę mega zaskoczony tym, jak świetnie jest ta gra wykonana, naprawdę. Jak nie będzie jakichś ciężkich zagadek logicznych, to naprawdę wybitna gra.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
No i aktualnie znajdujemy się w Nowym Jorku jeszcze.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
To są te makiety okładki? O, zamknięte. No, chyba, że tutaj mam wejść. No tak.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time.
Maszynopis i sam tutaj mam opętany.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
Femme fatale to jest kobieta fatalna, czyli określenie na kobietę, która runuje artystę. Tak
This was a
pamiętam.
late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Gdzie my mamy panią szeryf? Dużo, kurczę, zagniętych osób.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot
Wake,
called
can I help
Lover's
you with
Peak.
anything?
Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Mister!
Of course, Mr.
Hey,
Wake.
can you
You
turn
can
the
get
light?
through the
The
cell
light's
corridor.
on! The deputies, they don't understand.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Czyli tak, nie dam rady przejść. Okej. Chyba tamtędy będzie trzeba. A jeszcze raz... A, zbliżenie już nie mogę, bo jestem za daleko najpewniej.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Czekajcie. A, zamknięte. Mam wrażenie, że czasem jest problem ze skakaniem, że tak jakby te tekstury nie chcą trochę współgrać. A może to jest tylko moje takie wrażenie. O kurde, ile stron jest w tym odcinku.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
A, to jest przecież ten maszynopis, który my piszemy w tym... w tej książce, o której była mowa
Alice's
kiedyś.
driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Tej dźwigni nie mogę ruszyć. Dziwne. No przecież to są strony maszynopisu, które my pisaliśmy w tej książce, ale już nie pamiętam, jak ona się tam nazywała. Więc ciekawa sprawa. Jeden z więźniów mówił, żeby włączyć światło.
The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Czyli my próbowaliśmy napisać od nowa tą opowieść, się uratować.
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you.
Wait here. Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
To był chyba Toby, ten pies, o którym
Seriously, Al.
były wiadomości jakieś.
Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy? And his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm. Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
To chyba jednak nie tu. Tutaj jest ten zębaty Charlie. O!
Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Daj formularz. No dobrze. Myślę, że ten Grizzly to jest ten Charlie. No ale widoczki bardzo ładne. Ciekawe mnie, jak wygląda trochę remaster. No z tego co tak mniej więcej widziałem, to dużo się nie różni. Niestety.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
No dobrze.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Czyli tym szlakiem. W porządku.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in pad.
Kurczę, no pominąłem to też. Ale myślałem, że z nim wyjdziemy na zewnątrz.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
No dobrze, i czy damy radę? A mogę włączyć? A. Dobrze to nie dało. To tak, patrząc na ten szlak, to będę musiał iść niby tą wytyczoną drogą. A czemu ja mam tak mało pocisków? I nie mam broni. Tego nie wiem, zobaczymy maszynopis i to nasze opowiadanie nazywało się Departure. Właśnie, które opisaliśmy.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Czyli nic tutaj nie ma, tutaj pewnie też. O, było użyj.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Czuję kłopoty. Ale nie wiem, czemu ciągle nam się tak jakby ekwipu nakreśla tutaj przy każdym odcinku. Jeszcze byłem, że coś na mnie wyskoczyło. Zobaczymy, co my tutaj mamy. Może amunicja? Jakiś przełącznik tam jest.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really, just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah, it's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Nie wiem, czemu miała służyć ta rozmowa w tym radiu? Wolę chyba iść główną trasą, czyli tędy. O, światło już nie ma, zajebiście. Nie wiem czemu, ale te rośliny takie kwadratowe są. Głównie te... Nie, trawy też. A na przykład te krzewy już nie są. Dziwna sprawa trochę. Telefon pewnie zaraz zadzwoni, pomimo tego, że nie ma zasilania chyba. Jednak nie.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Ciekawe.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Help me! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone! Please, help! Hello? Back here! I'm back here! Hey, please.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
Czy było tak samo jak na tej kartce z maszynopisu? Kurde, fajne. To jest tak jakby totemy w Until Dawnie. Tutaj czuję przeciwnika.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
No, przyznam, że trochę ciemnawo jest. Amunicja? Pewnie.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness. Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Znaczy to... Nie, ten mamut się nie ruszył na szczęście. Już myślałem.
Don't feed the animals.
Ja Piernicze.
Fishing! Bridges up, Park. License, obey! At all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never. Two bears and wolves. Never approach any other. A little closer. Pets must be leashed. Never leave your.
No, to było wybitnie dobre. Już widzę, że się opłaca akurat tych bateryjek używać. No, o! Mogę dobrać?
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Oj, ciekawe co teraz napisaliśmy. Opętany.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
No to lecimy w takim razie do Lover's Peak, czyli miejsca ukochanych? Chyba tak. No nie typowe miejsce na spotkanie się z porywaczem. Ale no dobrze. Dziwne, że jeszcze jakichś takich dziwnych stworzeń nie było, tylko sam cień i ludzie. Spodziewałem się, że będą jakieś potwory i tak dalej. Coś w stylu filmu We mgle, albo Mgła, już nie pamiętam tytułu pełnego, ale to było bazowane... To było bazowane na opowieściach też chyba Stephena Kinga, jeżeli się nie mylę. Albo nie, Lovecrafta to chyba było. Chyba tak. Okej, trochę ich jest. No, mi się wydaje, że już dobrze ogarnia mechaniki gry mniej więcej. Punkt zapisu, bardzo fajnie. No, już gdzieś dochodzimy. Czekaj, że to będzie też koniec tego drugiego odcinka. A jak wygląda maszynopis mniej więcej? Dużo brakuje, no to raczej to nie będzie koniec, jak mi się wydaje. Chyba, że tutaj bym bardzo dużo stracił tych kartek, ale nie wydaje mi się coś. O, tak jest. Powiedziałem, żeby tutaj zajrzeć. Muzyka mi trochę nie pasuje, bo skoro taka jest, to pewnie będzie walka jakaś. On już trochę wytrzymał, kurczę, walenie tą latarką. O kurde, ciekawe. No i ten akurat na hitka padł i znacznie mniej baterii użył. Nie no, to jest akurat zrozumiałe, musi być zawsze jakiś cięższy przeciwnik. Skoro mamy opcję strzelby, to czemu by jej nie używać, bo jednak No, stając życie pewnie przy kolejnym odcinku też zniknie. No to cholera. O, pięknie. O, zajebiście. No powiem, że droga trochę jest zawiła. Czy ładne są widoki? No nie wiem, trochę oszukane. O, niedźwiedzie. To byłoby ciekawe, jakby tu się pojawił niedźwiedź, który ma tą mgłę. No... Cholera, zabił mnie. Kurczę, mocni są. Ale czemu ja nie mogę się jakoś uleczyć? Przecież ja tyle tych kaw zbieram, że naprawdę. Masz gnojcuchu? O nie! Noż, cholera. To ja tego nie zabiłem? Dał rad. Kurczę, by był zapis gry. O kurczę, no trochę się tutaj trzeba było przyznać, że namęczyłem, ale jest to naprawdę bardzo w porządku. I za to, że w przyszłym odcinku będziemy kontynuować bądź kończyć odcinek drugi pod tytułem Opętany. Siemka.